Yes, because when I trained with you, you have these small exercises in a in energy exercises,
Yes.
and it had some time where I, had to find out what does it mean. And for me, it's like having 5 or 10 times a day, just tuning in, being conscious around feelings, emotions, and thoughts. And not only that, feeling the essence. And what is that? What I found is that feeling the essence mm, is like, it's like, when you've been running and you're like exhausted, you feel the energy, you can feel it, in your arms and your legs, everywhere. So for me, when I tuned in and had these small exercises, it was like I felt the same energy that as if I had been running, but I was not exhausted. So and when I had that feeling, it was easier for me to connect to it several times a day. And when I did that, it was easier for me to be conscious about what is like emotions and thoughts and situations that makes me react unconsciously.
Yes.
So I think a very big part of this is doing these small exercises, feeling you and feeling what's there, be present with the presence.
Yes. Absolutely.
But it takes a decision. I mean,
It's a commitment.
I had the commitment to know you, and then next week I was like, yeah, I did it twice, but you said I should do it 10 times. So it takes a commitment,
Yeah.
and
People,
it also takes you wanting to look at your life. Are you very stressed, you need the commitment even more. You do it. Yeah. But then you get the physical experience from it, and that's really something.
most people are driven toward transformation by pain.
Mm.
It's really rare when you have people who are living relatively nice lives, they have a good job, make plenty of money, everything's going fine. They're generally less inclined to do deeper work because everything's going fine. And that's beautiful. But the majority of people have some varying degrees of suffering
Mm.
in their lives. It's just part of human existence. It's not some people are better than others. It's just life on earth, is challenging.
Yeah.
So this pain that we all have experienced in our lives drives people toward healing. Now, some people will engage in this process, and then as soon as they get to their baseline of, oh, I'm okay now,
Mm.
they'll stop until the next time that they suffer. And that's just a path, and I have no judgment on that. It's just what happens. What I find, though, is if people really get this, they find, wait, if I really, really dedicate myself to this, I can experience the extraordinary. I can open up to aspects of myself and the world that I never knew were possible beyond my baseline. That I can be filled with joy and delight and awe and wonder so much of the time, and allow the profound and deep pain that I experience and that's in the world, and be able to be okay with that. Because I am in sufficient states of presence, which we can all do, in sufficient states of presence that allow me to feel so deeply, not to do a spiritual bypass and say, oh, there's great pain here and in the world, it's all good. No, that's a mind-based, it's a sneaky way for the mind to avoid pain.
Yeah. No.
But this deep embracing of all of it.
So, and this is beautiful, because then the problem that you have with the food and the relationship you have with food and all the suffering can actually be the gateway.
Yes.
That can be your gateway.
Yes.
Into this higher state of consciousness where I mean, it's like being present with what is, which is the life, which is suffering and happiness and joyfulness.
Yeah.
But it's not driving you all the time to self-sabotaging behaviors. So, and when people get that your relationship to food and your long-term battle with your body can be gateway to more joy and more life in your life, then people start to be grateful for their relationship to food, instead of shaming themselves, shaming why they can't find out, why they can't fix it. They start to be grateful for what they have. And this is the most beautiful part of this work for me, helping people to transform into a higher state of consciousness.
It is
through that relationship to food.
right. And as that transforms, that is where people find balance and freedom. That is where they are free to, if out with friends and someone says, hey, let's get dessert, they are free to have something if it feels right, and if they are moved to do so. They are free to do it without guilt or shame, because they are in balance. And then they can enjoy it if they feel like it, but they are not re-entering that mind-made, mental, emotional, suffering-based cycle of need, pain, eating, binging, guilt, self-hatred, shame, eating, that whole thing. Rather, they are fully alive, embracing the beauty and variety of life, but free to have one and just savor that. Or two, whatever.
Enjoy it. Yes.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Yeah.